Hello and welcome to Sanyukta Singh studio guys, and this is Behance Singh, and today I am with the next video which is about the online exam, that is proctored exam for NIFT Entrance 2022. And as I promised in my last video that I'll be coming as soon as the notification is out on the NIFT official website. You can also go and check on NIFT official website, that is www.nift.ac.in, to get the more knowledge about the process and the steps which you need to follow during the exam. Now, what exactly I explained to you in my last video, the process is more or less same. There are certain differences here which I would like to point out. So I'm going to tell you everything step by step what you need to follow. Before that, whosoever is watching the video, please make sure you do subscribe, hit the like button and share it as much as you can so that it reaches to the right person who is looking for the help. Now, over here, when I told you the last time that you'll have to download a software, over here, instead of downloading a software, NIFT will be releasing a link on their official website on 6th of February. What do you have to do to appear in the exam? There are certain things which you need to keep in your mind before you do that. First, you have to have two devices, as I said in my last video, but instead of two smartphones, what I said, you have to have one laptop, either it could be a Windows or Apple. The Windows 7, the minimum requirement for the laptop, with a processor of i3 and 2.2 gigahertz. That is a minimum basic requirement for the laptop to run this program. Apple, anything above iOS or operating system 11 and above will work. The secondary device, which is a cell phone, must be an Android phone. It should not be an Apple phone or iOS or any other smartphone. It should be an Android phone only. The reason being because that particular program runs only with or compatible only with Android phone. So this is the thing which you need to keep in mind. As I told in my last video, the second thing which you need to keep in mind, that is you are sitting in a quiet room with sufficient light. Now, sufficient light doesn't mean that the light is coming from the back of you, because it will create hindrance on the camera and the invigilator won't be able to look at your face clearly. So if you try doing that, you'll be barred entering into the exam. So do not do that. Just make sure you have sufficient light in and around you so that you are visible completely and clearly. Second, the other smartphone, the Android phone, you have to keep it in such an angle. You can see here this way probably, so that it covers your side, both the sides and your back as well, to make sure that the invigilator looks at you whenever he or she wishes and finds that there is nothing around you which can help you to complete the exam. So make sure you do it or keep it in such a way. Put your phone in do not disturb mode so that no calls come in your phone when you are actually sitting for the exam. So this is the main thing which you need to keep in mind. Now, if I talk about the next step, you should have Google Chrome installed in your phone and in your laptop at the same time. Why? Because that particular link is only compatible with Google Chrome. Also make sure that Google Chrome is up to date with the latest version. Okay. Now, how it's going to work? On 6th of February, the time will be given or sent to your email address along with the roll number and password to log in onto the website. So when you actually open the official website of NIFT, you click on the link, you'll be asked to enter the roll number and the password which you receive in your email. You enter that and a new window appears on the screen where you have to click on test. Once you click on that, the exam starts. Now the most important part which you need to keep in mind, you have to log in 60 minutes prior to the exam. Why? Because there is a verification process which will be completed by the invigilator and that artificial intelligence. They'll verify you, your name, your face, your ID proof and everything. They'll also ask you to the secondary phone or the secondary smart device which you have, that is your Android phone. You'll have to take it on the screen and you'll have to scan a QR code. That will be appearing on the screen. The moment you scan that QR code, your camera will be activated on that secondary device, and then you have to keep it in such a way that it covers your sides and back. Why they're asking 60 minutes prior? Because there will be a mock or exercise as well to prepare you that how you're going to write the exam and how you submit it. Alright, so keep it in mind, do not delay. You have to log in 60 minutes prior to when the exam starts. Alright, so these are the basic things which you need to keep in mind. Now, do's and don'ts. I told you everything in my last video. What are the don'ts? Nobody's allowed inside that room. You are not supposed to stand up or look here and there, or try to reach anything which is out of your reach. And taking a washroom break, or you're asking the invigilator that you need to drink water. No, you are not allowed to do anything during the exam. If you are if you're in a situation where you think that you need water, so keep everything near you. Alright, so during the exam, if you feel thirsty, you can have a glass of water. You cannot take a washroom break at all during the exam. That is not allowed. I was getting this question on my YouTube comments that if I have to go to washroom, what I supposed to do. No, you are not allowed to, so prepare yourself before. Now the next thing which you need to keep in mind, that you cannot speak to anybody. Even you cannot speak to yourself loudly, like when you are writing anything and you are talking to yourself or trying to remember something. No, don't do that, because AI doesn't know whether you're speaking to yourself or you're speaking to somebody else. So don't do that, because you may get disqualified for that. You should not have any sort of earpiece, earbuds, headphone. Make sure you do not have that. Alright, because that will also lead to the disqualification of the exam. Now, there are certain other things which you need to keep in mind, that you cannot navigate to any of the screen, which I have told you in my previous video. Not at all. You're not supposed to receive any call. You are not supposed to keep any other device other than these two smart devices, that is one laptop and one Android phone. If they find you, you'll be disqualified. Now, at any point, if you realize that the invigilator will not look into your gestures or expressions and you'll be safe. Trust me, as I told you before in my last video, everything will be monitored, recorded, and sent to the cloud server. So later on, when they review, and if they find any discrepancy in that, you will be disqualified. And some other do's, that you have to gather all the things in front of you before the exam starts. 60 minutes, I would say do it 90 minutes before. And keep everything, including the ID proof, and if they ask you to verify your face, the ID proof, the phone, you'll have to. The invigilator may also ask you to, once you access that, once you scan that QR code using your Android phone, they may ask you to move around the camera of your phone inside the entire room to make sure that nothing is there which can help you in your exam. So be ready with those things. Now, if I talk about the other things and the do's which you have to keep in mind, that is, there's nothing else. As I told you, whatever I explained you so far. Yeah, I was getting this question, what if the power cuts off? See, these are not the excuses. You have to make sure that you have inverter backup or UPS backup for your laptop, because that is necessary. That is not an excuse, because across the globe, across the world, exams are happening in most of the institutions this way only, and this excuse is not going to work. Right? And the other thing is that internet. What if I do not have a proper internet connection? See, that is again not an excuse, because online exams are a new trend now, and it is not going to be discontinued very soon. Alright, do you understand? So make sure you have a good internet connection, be it Wi-Fi or 4G. Anything above 4G or a good Wi-Fi connection will work. Alright, and keep at least 3 to 5 gigabytes of data, right, for accessing your entrance exam. Now, the other thing which I would like to tell you, that you always have to face your face in front of the camera all the time during the exam. If you try moving your face here and there, you'll be disqualified. So do not do that. Alright, what are the other things? Everything what I told you in my last video, everything is same. Alright. So there is nothing more which you need to worry about. And yes, of course, camera, microphone, or both the devices should be in working condition. And what else? That is it. And you will have rough sheets to keep the rough sheets handy with you to solve those GAT questions. So these are the things which you need to keep in mind. And at any point of time, if you have to face or if you are facing any sort of problem, you can always ask the invigilator that you are coming across this sort of trouble and you need help. There will be also a chat option active when you are appearing in the exam on that particular window. So only in the emergency, you can click on that chat window and send your query and you'll get a reward immediately. Moreover, if you are not satisfied with those answers, there will be also a number to reach, but only in the emergency case, and you have to take a prior permission from your invigilator that you need to call on the helpline number to get this something sorted out. So if the invigilator allows you, then only you can proceed further and make that call. Without that, do not try making any sort of call. And that is it from my end, and I hope that everything goes well in the exam. I understand that this is the first time you guys are appearing for the online exam, and it is a bit difficult and a bit tricky, but trust me, it's not that tricky. Traveling in and around, going to different places and gathering in small crowds, it is much better than that. Yes, some people may find it difficult because they do not have the resources available all the time, like they do not have the laptop or they do not have a stable internet connection, but it's just a matter of a day. Try arranging those things from any of your colleague, friend, family member. Ask them if they can, if you can borrow their laptop or their Android phone for just 5 to 6 hours. And so these are the things which you can do and you must do, all right, because this is your career is at stake, so you must do that. Okay, so these are the things which you need not to worry about, and that is it from my end. And if you need any more assistance, always you can drop any sort of message on our Instagram page or in the comment section of YouTube. So I hope everything goes well for all of you. Till then, take care. Bye bye. See you in the next video.